Anything you have missed, you can later revisit that also.
I've sent the QR code, sir. That's you can cast it for the self-assessment.
How do I do that? You can put in this drive.
Drive
link drive put in. Yes, but not in this. I have it in my system. You go to, you will have access.
Yeah, I have. FDP-2023.
I put it here. Flash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it has come. I request people to scan this QR code. Deepika, what is this for?
Sir, we have done a self-assessment questionnaire to assess how much we know now and how much we know at the end of the session. So this is for all the faculties, whatever we are going to cover today. In those areas, we have taken a very simple macro questionnaire. You can just go through it and give your honest responses. And end of the day, we will submit the same questionnaire. We want to see what is the effectiveness of this program. Okay, we request you to scan this QR code. If any, yeah, wait, I will share it.
Then you have to share the link in WhatsApp,
Yeah,
not the QR code.
I'll do it. Admin only restricted.
Friends, this QR code or the link is being shared into the WhatsApp group. Anybody who is still not part of the WhatsApp group, anybody? So everybody is in the WhatsApp group. So that makes it easy there. Fine, we'll go to the next item. Many times we have seen that we don't get these figures properly aligned to our lakhs and crores. One of the major reasons that does not happen is not because of MS Excel, because of your time zone setting and the place setting in your system itself. So the first culprit when things go wrong is not the system or the Excel, not Excel, but it is actually your system. So you have to go to the control panel and change the zone settings and the place. That itself will take care of things first. Second, sir, I did everything, still it is not working. If it is not still working, you can select the text and copy this in the custom cell. So example, I copy this, or probably I put some figures here. I will select the ones which are given in this cell I3. I go to home, I have to go to control 1. What is the shortcut control 1 represents? Control 1, how many of you are using? What does that mean? Format cells. So I can give right click, format cells, one choice, or straight away control 1, which will pop this. I go to custom, and here in the type I just copy it, control V, and say OK. Now you can see that the commas have come properly in Indian style the way we want. Before we go for this shading alternate rows, we have a requirement today in Companies Act that all the figures will have to be in lakhs, multiples of lakhs. So how to overcome that? Wherever you have these figures, select it, or probably I'll copy this first, Control C, I'll select the entire range of D, Control 1, custom, in the type, I just have to give hash backslash 0.00 and say enter. It didn't work. Can somebody check if it is working for you?
In lakhs now.
Yeah, in lakhs.
Normally that zeros we delete now there. Right click.
Yeah, sorry, I missed a comma. I missed a comma actually. So if you copy this, it won't come. You'll have to add a comma to the formula. Select the D range, Control 1, custom. It is hash backslash 0.00 comma, and just give OK. You will get the figures in lakhs. So you don't have to struggle. I recall a lot of people telling that it's not that easy, blah blah blah. But if you use this, it'll be easy. Only trouble may come sometimes when you manually total it up. It might not get you the perfect rounding of results, which you have to be careful with.
It is giving answer in thousands, not lakhs.
Oh, it's giving in thousands. No.
Actually, it was 1,33,000.
Okay, then I think we should add one more zero. 1 second. Can somebody try and tell me which one is? I think 1 0 I missed.
It adds zeros in the front before the dot.
No, I'm not getting that. Before the dot, if I'm adding a 0,
Before the dot.
it is only removing the error, this thing. Fine, when I'm uploading this file, I'll correct it and send it. The working files, I will just put a yellow shade here, not to eat everybody's time. I'll correct it and send it. In fact, there is one particular thing, if you put, you'll get that in lakhs actually. Now quickly coming to, whenever you are giving a print of this, where there are bigger data here, it's very difficult to follow the lines actually. So what you can do is, you can share the alternate rows. If you recall, people who are using dot matrix printers, that paper itself will have those shades actually, so that you can track it. But today Excel, those things are not available today, so you can make Excel to do that actually. How to do it? You select this function. Of course, you have to give equal to before that. You select the entire range which you want to shade the alternate rows. Go to conditional formatting and say new rule. In that, there is a last option known as use a formula to determine which cells to format. Here, you give equal to and copy this. It is mod open bracket row open bracket close bracket comma 2 equal to 0. And then format, I'll have to say fill with a light gray shade or probably yellow shade, whichever I want. Okay. Okay. Now you will see that the shadings have come, which will be comfortable for me to even follow it up. Or if I take a printout and I want those shadings, it will be easy. One good thing about this is, if you try to insert 2 lines, it is dynamic. It will properly get aligned to the one line shaded and another line being free with shading. If anybody wants me to explain again, yes. Okay. So this was the original set of data you had. What I will first do is I will copy this and keep. Sometimes I believe we shouldn't get into too much of technicalities. Let us know that there is a formula for this which we need to make use of. Control C. Now what I do is I select the entire range. Shift Control down arrow. And then go to conditional formatting. In that there is an option known as new rule. Third from the last. In the next dialog box which it is popping, go to the last one, use a formula to determine which cells to format. Here I will give the equal to and then this function. Then only the formula will work. If you merely copy it, it won't work. After having copied it, I will say format cells. This time I will put yellow shade and say OK, OK, and you will see that the yellow shades have come on the alternative cell. Anybody who is not getting it, you may raise your hands. There are.
So in place of 2, if you put 1 or 3, something like that.
Sir, I have not tried that, sir, to be honest with you.
No, maybe third row it will come.
I will try that. We'll try right away. Control arrow, conditional formatting. Now that I have this cell, I'll go to manage rules, double click, and instead of 2 sources, let's try 3. Apply. Okay, you got it right, sir.
Third row.
So it's a pure logic that 2 is every second line. So 3 and 4, if you keep on, you will get that also. So where you have data where is a pattern of 4 or 5, you can do that also.
Yes, use column.
Instead of row, you have to use column. Yes. Pardon? Doing it through format cells. Are you asking or telling? I didn't get you. No, format cells will be very difficult to, you have to manually select and tell, no. Format cells won't work because I cannot select alternate rows if there are thousands of lines. If you do it as a table, you will get it. Yes. Where I don't want and I want independent, this works.
We can use a shortcut Alt OA. No, fine. Alt OA having n number of formats. Alt OA.
You have to select the data and then.
Yes,
Okay, Alt OA. Alt OA.
So we can select out of.
So this is giving the auto format options. How much, I mean the way you want actually. But does this, I mean will it have this alternative row shaded, Sharon?
Yeah, that is one is there.
Some format will be there.
Next one. Yeah, that one. Before that.
We can store n number of
Yeah.
formats.
First one.
This one. Okay, I didn't select the entire range. Alt OA, Sharon, right? Alt OA. I will select the one which is nearest and say OK. Yeah, I got it. So as I tell, there is no one way to do things. In fact, there are a lot of things I have learned through these sessions that you can do by X way also. So we'll proceed with it. This I'll be quick again. I got a small balance sheet actually here. Before we go, I would like to cover one in this sheet. If I'm going to give a print of this, I don't know where this print has gone to. Now, sometimes you'll get a file like this, but you don't want these shades actually. You want the shades removed, so you can tell sir, you go there, remove those formats. No, I don't want to disturb my Excel file because I may require these shades later for me to work, but only for printing I don't want those. What you can do is, there is a page setup in the print preview option. In that, this will open a page setup dialog box. Go to the last tab, sheet, and just say black and white, and say OK. Now, those shades have got removed only for printing, but whereas here it is intact.
Otherwise it will print as grey.
Yeah, many times you don't want that, but where you want specifically, where you are doing analysis with that, fine. But many times when we require printout, we don't want those shades, and what we do, we change the entire sheet and then use Ctrl Z to undo it. You don't have to do that actually. You can use this, and the alternatively, this is available in page layout also. Go to page layout, you will get a page setup tab. You click this, it will open the same thing actually. So here is a small balance sheet I have given where it is incomplete. So the moment I try to fill this, it will do two things. You have to tell me what it does.
Total and will tally.
After the balance sheet got tallied, it did two things. Can somebody tell me what is it you observed?
Color change.
One is color change between B to F, fine.
And difference 0.
Yeah. The cell G8 became blank actually. Here nothing, I've used a conditional formatting, that's all. If I select these 4 lines, go to home, conditional formatting and say manage rules, double click, this is the function I've used. I have told exact C8 matching with F8, which means my liabilities and assets are matching. You please put a small green shade for me to know that this is over actually. And then I can use that print black and white so that the shades are there, knowing my balance sheet is tallied, but in the print it won't come actually. So the choice is yours. And one more thing which I do in my office, which I want everybody to do is, whenever you are taking a printout, please give the timings wherever there is a draft. Because I remember we went through 3 drafts and all the 3 were lying on my table. I didn't know which one was the latest. So there is one function known as equal to now open bracket close bracket that will give you the date and the time. And if I want to change the format, I can go to Ctrl+1. I generally believe in using this format, 15 June 2023, not 15/6. I think the Google form there was a small confusion with month and date. So it is better you use the months always in MMM format, so that you are very sure that there is no out of doubt.
Mine it is default this time.
Because if you say 5/6, it means 5th June as well as 6th May also. It can be confusing, so you have to be careful with it. Now same thing when you're preparing reports, you would have seen, say I'm trying to do a print preview, the first page looks good. Second page what happens, there is no title to it. I don't know what this heading indicates. So what you can do is come out, go to page layout, page setup, you will get that page setup box, come to the sheet tab, there is one option known as rows to repeat at the top. I know you would be using it, but still those who don't know. So now if I do a preview, you will see that all the pages have got this headings actually. Series, this I'll skip. This I'll quickly, sometimes you may get a data like this, where this is not filled. So one way of doing is you can filter and then putting this Ctrl D and doing it. Another way what you can do is select the range, give Ctrl G. What does Ctrl G take me to? Go to. In that I'll select special and say blanks. So now what has happened? All the blanks have got selected. I will say equal to E3. And only thing is I should not give enter, I should give control enter. When I give control enter, what happens?
That particular cell only.
The one on the top will be taken actually. So control enter. You will see that after Bahubali, Devasena, Balal Dev and Katappa has come. If I just give enter, one second, I do it again, select, control G, special, blanks, OK, equal to E3, and I'll just give enter, it will stop with 1. So if I give control enter, I'll be able to get the data filled in one flash actually. And there are functions for using the minimum and maximum of the cell. Like in bank audits where you want to know what is the maximum cash balance the bank had, or any of the audits where you want to give an exception telling that this is the maximum where the balances or things have reached. There is one function known as min, open bracket, select the entire range, close. So the minimum balance is 3,26,940, and what is the maximum? Equal to max, open bracket, select the entire range, you will get the maximum balance also. You can do average also. Now for you to find, assuming you have dates here, and there are some dates here, you want to know which date it became, you can use a VLOOKUP to do it actually. Let's put some date here, 1st April 23. So if I double click, Excel assumes a series and give me the next dates, and I will give a VLOOKUP this series. So somebody who has used VLOOKUP extensively will tell me, sir, this function won't work. Why?
Data should have been on the right.
Exactly. Because the output should be on the right side and not on the left. So alternatively what I'll do, I'll use the XLOOKUP function. XLOOKUP, open bracket, this is my lookup value, comma, my lookup array is this, comma, output I want from here, B. Close bracket, 45,320, I will go to home, select a date. So I know it was on 31st October 2023. One challenge with the VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP is, this will give you the first item. If there are two dates for the same value, it won't travel to the next one. It will stop with one. So, in any way to overcome that, how you can do that?
In the XLOOKUP, especially if two are there, XLOOKUP can start searching from the bottom. There is an option.
Oh, okay. Sharan says there is an option where you can ask Excel to search from the bottom if you want it the other way.
But again, it will show the
The
bottom.
bank statement, especially the bank statement, sir, the last date value, closing balance we want to have.
Okay,
That
okay,
is the case, XLOOKUP is the best function.
okay. So there is an option if you want to try it other way, but the one which I have did will go from top to bottom actually. So we got minimum, maximum, and then there is something known as end date. Probably these dates I will first convert into or equal to E date, open bracket, this is the date. Okay, first to get into normal dates, what if you are going to get dates and you want to convert this into proper dates using a formula? You have got something like this, and you know you are going to get data like this every time. So you cannot keep on converting manually. You can give a function. Yeah, somebody said text function, perfect. Equal to text, I'll just zoom a little. Equal to text, open bracket. Okay, it is coming correctly only. Text, open bracket, select the date. Why it is not allowing me to select this? I5, comma. Can somebody help me? How should I do this? Within double quotes, perfect. DD hyphen MMM hyphen YY, depending on the format you want. Close bracket. But why it is not going in the right place, I don't know.
I think it's better to say.
You all are having this issue in this sheet? I don't know, some...
Save.
Sir, that cells are merged now.
No, they
Sir,
are...
you just save it.
Next,
and
no, two
Okay.
cells are merged.
Scroll it down, click down and go back, sir, if it is proper. When we face this.
Sometimes you have to restart the scooter for it to work. Anyway, I'm not spending time on that. You can hit the dates. I'll just drag. This is not working. I'll close it and open again. Wait. You are able to get it correctly there? I want to know whether it is in my system there is an issue or issue in the file actually. Yeah, now I think it's fine. Yeah, perfect. Something went wrong. So we'll use the e-date, open bracket, I'm giving the date, and you can tell how many months you want to add, say 3 months. You can do that. Many times when we calculate things where we want the end of the month actually, there is one function known as equal to EOMONTH. End of month, open bracket, select the date, comma, how many months from there on. So I give the same month as 1.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you do Control Shift 3?
Control Shift 3. Control Shift 3. I got the old format. What is that function, Karthik?
No, that's a shortcut, sir. For
Okay.
MM.
Though I advocate people to use shortcuts, still there are shortcuts I don't know and I'm also learning. In fact, this last sheet I've given the shortcuts also. Like the one which I use frequently, whenever the things are done, I give Control 5. Please strike off.
You are given 3 months backwards, huh?
I should have given 0 here if I wanted the same month. Now correct, sir? So garbage in, garbage out. 0 will take the same month, 1 will add the month next. So for 14 January, last date is 31st January. Never mind, I'll be sharing this file with you. So this round function also I'll skip. Only thing is where we are using Excel functions in our office and we have 234C calculation to be appropriate. 234C, even if the amount is on the top, you have to calculate for the lower 100. Like if my tax is 14,567, you have to calculate tax on 14,500. Or even if it is 14,599, you don't have to go to the top. So for you to get that 14,500, this is the function you should use. So what is this function? Round down, select the cell, comma, -2. So wherever you feel which you want, you can make use of it. I have covered here all the 3 functions, round, round up and round down. You can explore how to do that. Yeah, many a time in the reports or analysis what we do, we might require to pull some particular cells actually. So now I want to pull just first 4 cells from the beginning. There is one function known as equal to left open bracket, select the cell, comma, say 4. I got SIRC. Second, I need from the behind, right open bracket, select the cell, comma, say 4. I got ICA. Now I want to pick some specific characters from a cell, which many times we may require actually. So I'll say equal to mid function, mid open bracket, select the text. It is telling start number. So here I want 2 characters from the 6th character. So my 6th character is the start number 6, comma 2. Close bracket. I got off. So if there is any cell and you want to pick things by using these 3 functions, you will be able to pick the ones from the cell. And now you have something like this. What is this? A PAN number. What is the problem with this PAN number? Yeah.
Instead of this, we usually have things like first name, middle name and last name are in one cell. Can we split anything apart from
If the pattern is same, like I have Dungar.
one person has 5 characters?
No, character is fine, but the pattern should be like this. Sharan Kumar, you can use flash fill actually. Sharan Kumar, how do you end your name with? U. 3. Ramajayam, give me 2 of your initials.